Hello, everybody. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy Sunday. I guess for those Australians who watch occasionally, it's still Sunday. So welcome. Hello, Zisoo. How's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Got a bit of a blemish there. Today is, hello, Jonathan, how are you? Today is going to be designing a corruptor today. Not fun to hit Sunday because of school. Ugh. Not good. School on Sunday is never good. Making breakfast unresponsive at time. No problem. Brick pasta, good morning. Mariana's Bricks, good morning. Boa tarde to you as well. For those who didn't see Mariana's Bricks, I'm going to put a link in the chat. Walter did a great stream the other day that was putting together a little hangar for TIE fighters and such. So I'm going to put that in there. Frankie, how's it going? So yeah, give that a watch. It's pretty good. You might learn some Portuguese. His daughter's charming, and it's a great little thing that they're putting microfighter sets in. So today is designing a corruptor from Horizon Zero Dawn, and we are going to probably just start with the basic. I'm going to open up a little much on the music there, but we'll get it. So we've got Aloy. I'm trying to see if I've got the gallery. So we got the gallery going on. It's perfect for the microfighter, but I need to choose a different microfighter. I was going to suggest maybe for that hangar, like a TIE Interceptor maybe would be kind of cool. Or a Lambda shuttle would be pretty cool for that one. So here's the gallery. This is supposed to evoke the images of the poster that you can get at the end of the game. Like you can unlock this if you do something, I think. But these are the designs so far. This is the official tall neck, obviously. This is Hachiroku's Thunderjaw. This is the latest design. The what is it? A Bellowback. I need to put the Glinthawk in here because it's done and the parts are ordered. And then we've got the the Sawtooth, the Shellwalker, Scrapper. This is a Charger, a Lancehorn, Strider, a Watcher, a Red-Eye Watcher, and a Grazer. So in the poster, Horizon Zero Dawn machine size chart. So this is what I'm basing that on. So if you pull back and look at it, I'm trying to recreate that, right? So I've got a few. The size for the Shellwalker is the only thing that's kind of throwing it. It's a little bigger than it needs to be, but pretty much the same thing. So here's your, that's it, like that. So and then I need to put the Glinthawk up here, suspended somehow. But this is the next one we're going to do. This guy right here, the Corruptor. So he's probably going to be the same height as a Bellowback, but he's going to be about half the size. And it's another walking machine. So we'll probably do some similar things that we did with the Shellwalker. And I don't anticipate not having to use trans clear things to hold it up underneath, depending on how well we make the legs. So let's start by, I like having another machine in there to gauge height. So the height of the bellow back and the height of the corruptor. Looks like the corruptor is a little smaller, just barely. And we can see if there's any... Yeah, there's a good size chart there, so we'll go from there. So like one of their legs, we'll just base it off like one of their leg length, one of these leg lengths is about the same height as a person. So we'll have Aloy in there, we'll make one leg about that high. So as you can see, it's got very articulated legs. It's got a central kind of thing where the legs connect, and then this part swivels right here. It's got this long kind of pod as a head up here with a singular scanner eye right there. And then some panels, and then this thing fires rockets, and there's something on the other side. We'll have to take a look at a different angle. So we can get another... It's like a... there's so many like renders on here of stuff too. This is a pretty good drawing of it. It's got the thing right there. It also has a claw tail. So one of its attacks is it picks up rocks and flings them at you with that. It'll pick up a rock and kind of spin around and then whip this rock at you. I apologize for being a little stuffy. I was out late last night and just am kind of stuffed today. Yesterday was a soccer game, so we went to that, or I went to a watch party for it, trying to save a little money. Ended up having serious FOMO that I didn't go to the actual game, but the Training Bricks TIE Fighter fit in that? Don't know. You'll have to ask Walter. I don't know if he's built that or not. What is Scarab? They call them Scarabs? Chariot. Yeah, so this is a different... This group of machines in-game, there's 3 classifications of machines. There's like a resource collector, and I forget what that's called, and then there's a protector or something, and transport. And then these are called chariots. So this, the Deathbringer, and the Horus are all chariot classifications, and I don't know why they're called that. But I'm going to turn this off because I don't know why that's important. That's a pretty good image. That's an in-game image. Let's see if it's pretty good on its own. Yeah, that'll show a little detail. These legs are going to be a little finicky because they've got all these like bits on them. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. This tail, I think, is going to be the same material as maybe the grazer neck. Just those finger things, but it's also got to like kind of twist a little bit. And it's got that rocket launcher pod, and then this like fire bomb pod or whatever it is. These things you get to take out early, so it doesn't attack you, and then it's only attacking with its tail. Alright, so let's move this all off to the side, or move Aloy over here a little bit and get a good scale. So, how articulated are these legs? They've got base here, base hinge, 1, 2, 3. So 3 hinges there, and then a connection point. This probably just rotates, and there's 4 legs. So I was thinking about this the other day when I was trying to come up with an idea for this. Let's make sure we're on our main palette. All right. The training bricks, so the training bricks microfighters are all still microfighter scale. They tend to be a little bigger because he's added more parts to them. Their part count tends to be a little higher. He's done a lot of like slopes and tiles and stuff to make him a little cleaner looking. But they are still microfighters, so it might poke out the top a little bit now that I think about it. But you know, you'd have to build it and see. So the other question is, what color is this guy? Is he black? Is he dark gray? Is he like brown? He seems to have multiple colors, but I see it as black with some dark gray or dark tan even. So this is the image that I used for the thumbnail. And it looks like it's like a dark brown with the black. So maybe we could do something like that. You guys seeing that kind of same thing there? This is all like a gunmetal. That's just a render. That's just a render. Some artwork. This is an in-game, but it's kind of shrouded. You're fighting him in the... This is like this is the second time you fight one of these. The first time is very early in the game. You're trying to get out of basically your... Hello, Missy, how are you? You're basically trying to get out of your neck of the woods. It's called Mother's Heart. It's the valley that you live in, and there's Mother's Heart, and then Mother's Crown, and there's another one, like Mother's Reach or something. Anyway, it's all in this valley, and then when you leave that valley, you get to this gate, and then beyond that's like the wild, right? Early on in the game. I'm good. I'm a little hungover from yesterday. Just out late and watching the soccer game with a friend. And then animals woke me up at like 5, so I'm not real happy about that. But let's see. There was a part that we used for the leg of the... That may be a bit big. The leg of the grazer that we might be able to reuse here. I can see us using these a lot. What color does that come in? Dark bluish gray, cool. What other colors does it come in? Does it come in brown at all? Light brown? Dark brown. Oh, my thing's turned off. See? This will ruin you every time. So this only comes in pearl dark gray. That's a good mix. Like if you throw in flat silver, pearl dark gray, pearl light gray. Interesting. This can be many colors. Let's do dark gray and dark tan. I think would be a good color to have. I think there's a brown, reddish brown. Okay, so this is kind of like the base colors, I think, for this. Maybe black. I think this comes in black too. So yeah, we can do some pieces in black. Yeah, I'm good. So after this, I'll be getting ready for the meeting today. I have to pull out some loot. Get my couple MOCs ready to travel. It's a pretty good piece. I don't know if that fits with any of the actual... Maybe not. Getting all my MOCs ready to go. I'm debating whether or not to bring Rivendell, because I know it's a big set that not a lot of people get, but they might want to see in real life. I don't know if that's flexing or if it's just... Because you can... I think they'd probably have it up at the store, wouldn't they? But you can't really get too close to it at the store. It'd be behind, like, plexiglass and stuff, so I don't know. Would you want to see it if I brought it? I think it'll travel okay. I just have to find a pretty big box and just be real careful with it. Anyway. Let's see. Yeah, I thought they'd have it at the store. I'll just leave it here. That's a pretty cool piece. That's a little big, though. And that's a pretty cool piece. Like, I think I'm going to get some use out of some Bionicle pieces this time around, but they're just on the big side. But the jointed legs might be good, except they're absolutely enormous. Like, that whole leg is the same as one of these legs. And again, trying to keep it so it's to scale. Oh, that'd be a perfect leg. Look at that. So big. That's too big. Well, I thought I was going to be able to use some Bionicle stuff. That'd be cool. Oh, you know what? That's a little too curved. So maybe not that one. That was the one I was thinking of, too. Oh, this would be perfect. But it would make this thing, like, absolutely enormous. Also, what colors does it come in? None that I can use. Flat silver. Did it say pearl dark gray? Pearl light gray. Alright, we'll keep that in mind. Not even black? Nope. Alright. That's a maybe. That's a pretty cool piece. Yeah, these are just getting progressively larger. Alright. So let's try to brick build it, maybe. It looks like even this last little bit is kind of hinged. Maybe. But it doesn't have to be. We can just do this one segment of leg right there. So I know that these ball sockets are very good with weight. You can actually have quite a bit of weight on those, and they won't give as much. The more you use them, the friction wears out, so hopefully don't use them that much. So let's just start with that. Let's start with, let's see. Let's do this one. This one can go in dark blue gray. And then I can add slope. They're very pointed. Slop. Slope. Oh, kind of tired. Long day. So we did a pretty cool thing on Saturday. Went to a friend of ours as a coach for some Special Olympics kids and a team sports for them. And they were going to a game that they were playing on Saturday in San Antonio. And so several members of the supporter section, including the band, went to see them off. So that was really cool. I think they really appreciated that. The coach very much did. The name of the team is the Green Machines, or Green Machine, I forget. And so Austin FC being Verde and black was kind of a natural. Their logo is green and black. Austin FC is Verde and black. So there's very much like a kinship of the color schemes there. So they're really, you know, it's very cool that they can. They're like, they need to be like an honorary, like Austin FC like group. So they were working on getting that set up, and the kids were very appreciative. So was the coach, and the coach is a friend of ours. She was a band mom. I think the only problem. Oh no, that works. Okay. So that was nice. Oh, I need to. A friend who's going to run the Cap 10K today. Let's see, and this can be a little bit the dark tan maybe. I'll put one of these guys on it. My nephew is doing an 8-week soccer class, so we went to the first game yesterday. Oh, nice. Their very first game, your nephew's first game? That's super cool. What color is this? Can I get? Olive green, tan, reddish brown. I don't know if reddish brown is going to be good or not. I'm trying to. Can I get out of this? Dark tan? That's cool. And maybe that'll just have to be black. And I can do a plate underneath that. Let's see. Nice. I remember playing herdball. I was a kid who played herdball. I had to coach herdball for a little bit. I think every aspiring young player, like once they get to a certain level, usually like late junior high or high school, when you start playing more and more, you go coach little kids. Or not coach, ref. You go ref some little kids, and it's usually pretty fun. Because they just kind of mill about. You can only do so much. Their attention span's not all there. Zisu's still lingering out there. That's cool. Alright, and then this will connect. I think I decided I want to do this one. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of all these because I don't really need them, and I know where to find those neck arms, so that's fine. So if we copy and paste, let's see, how are these organized? Why are you... freaking out, dude. Jeez. Let it move real well. Yeah, that's butting right up next to it, so I may have to rotate these guys a little bit. Because they need to be able to kind of move like this. So maybe... Sorry, I got real quiet. Just thinking. So what's everybody's plans for the rest of today? Anybody got any fun things going on? How's that look so far? What do y'all think? Does that look like a good size? I think so. I think that looks pretty good. Save as. Corruptor. So in the saga of the Executor set, you can now get the Executor set at Walmart. And meanwhile, I'm sure it's street dated where you can't actually get it, but they are on shelves. And so I'm sure if you go try to grab one, they'll be like, oh, sorry, we can't sell this to you. But they're hitting shelves, which means I checked my order today for it and it's processing. So I was like, all right. All right, let's try. Allergies. Slope wedge. What color are these? Can I get these in black? I can. Cool. I'm going to try to put something under here to make sure they don't fall apart. Trying to finish my MOC. Nice. Made mine last night. My first idea couldn't get to work. That happens. I'm suddenly like in need of something a little more chill. The Hype Bangers channel is a little much, but it's not bad. Yeah, I guess this is alright. It's just that one section of the song was pretty... just need a round plate. Just need a round plate. And we'll color that red for no reason other than sometimes the corruptors can change. So in the game, these machines were built by... So in the first game, you're trying to figure out why the machines have gone bad. There are several machines that are like, they get angry and they come after you, but then there's other ones that like are... Even the docile ones are in attack mode. And it turns out it's because these corruptors are going around turning the machines bad. So you're trying to find out why, and it leads you onto this kind of trail of who you are and what happened to humanity before the fall of the world kind of thing. So the first time you run into this creature, it has turned a bunch of the striders, which are just the horse creatures, which don't bother anybody usually, against... They just turn them kind of rabid. And you're trying to figure out what the deal is. So I want angled plates. Plate 2x2, plate modified. No, I think it's just in plates. Yeah. So at its heart, we're going to make it a red heart there. And try to keep those corners nice and clean right there. So there we go. Okay. We've got a nice base, oops, to work on there. And then we can put a turntable on here. So turntables are fine. I'm trying to come up with a better way to do like being able to turn something, because I don't like the looseness of turntables. I've never liked them. Even back in like classic space days, I've never liked how loose it was and things just like swing wildly all over the place. They do have their uses. They're very good at like if you have two angled pieces that you need to connect and it's a funny angle. If you can line up, you put turntables underneath it and then twist it slightly, right? So they attach at different points. That's a good use for turntables because it's an option for like a single plate to attach at a weird angle. But in terms of like this thing rotates because it's got a hip or because it's a swivel or it's got a head, something, they're just too loose and things like kind of slop around a little bit and I don't like it. I like putting things on like, if you can get a bar in there inside of like, so let's just do this. As an example, let's do, this may be too big, but because it needs to rotate right in the middle here. So that, let's do a round plate. Oh, we have one under here. No. So we'll do this, and we'll do two of them. Nope. Let's do a round tile with a hole in it. Now I should be able to put that 2L bar with the thing in here and then have something on top. So now it'll still move, but it won't be like, you can still twist it, but it won't be like, you know, swinging wildly all over the place. And we can do... these are going to be black. That's just too far in there to not be a different color. And this doesn't matter what color it is, whatever's the cheapest. Dark blue gray is fine. Ooh, red. Let's do red. I haven't seen red. That says it's cheap. That'd be kind of cool, like a corrupting core color. So you should be able to just put a, like... What's up, Brett's Builds? How is it going with you? That sounded very AI generated. You are the love of my life, Philip J. Fry. So now I should just be able to put that on top. Now, it'll just spin, right? I think that's as far down as it goes, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with there being a little bit of gap in there. That's fine. It starts spilling out, though, so I may need to do... Oh, you know what would be good? Have a better idea. We're going to do this again. As far down as we can. And we're going to rotate it. Back to 360. Okay. And then maybe 2? Nope, that's not enough. That's too much. But we're going to do 2x4. Series minifig, the boat costume. Alright. That's probably why it's cheap, because you can get it pretty cheap by just getting the minifig. So if we put this Technic plate on here, we've got that hole in there. We might have to make sure that there's another one on there, because that's sticking up just enough. But that'll give us a little bit to start with. Oh, wow. Were they like railings on the boat or something? Or steamship? Were they like pylons? You know what? I have the internet. Lego custom. CMF boat. I don't think they like the term CMF. Collectible. I can spell minifig. Yeah, they're the stacks. That's cool. There's also a face that you don't see too often. This would be a good one to get. I don't really care about the ship costume itself, but that face is pretty good, and the captain's hat. Okay, so this guy is going to start, let's see, his head is angled, so we're going to have to start building... Trying to think if it's enough to do a brick built. And it's a little wider. It like gets wider in the back. I have two of the exact same images. Oh, that is the exact same image. Yeah, okay. You can kind of see from this angle. This is in-game, so it's kind of realistic. You can see, like, here's its eye-ish. Somewhere right there. But it kind of goes out a little bit and then gets wider. Yeah, here's its eye right there. So it's kind of like, I don't know what that shape is. It's like a shard from Dark Crystal, right? So I'm trying to think of how to raise that up. Whether do it with a hinge or brick build it. But I'm liking the legs so far. The legs are working out great. I think it's a good color scheme so far. I think for the most part it feels very black in the game. But if you look, like close, it's actually got like some of this brown and gunmetal kind of color, so I don't want it to be solid black. Plus, solid black stuff is hard to render and hard to see. We'll do more darker colors as we go along, but the other thing is these hinges don't... I'm limited by the hinges. But I think this one is actually going to be stronger than the... Shell Walker. These legs could probably be a little longer. Maybe. Nah, they're fine. Let's just leave them. Okay, so I don't know what's back here. We're gonna have some hanging bits back here to kind of... There's some wiring. We gotta remember that. This is a awesome picture of it attacking you. What is that? What is that thing on it? I don't know what that is. I was leaning because there's a glare from the lights. That's a pretty good look. 3D printable. Yeah, see, they've got a little bit of color in there. When we get to this wheel, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Sticker, maybe. Scarab. That's funny. Somebody's like a human scarab, 3D printed. Or, kind of reminds me of the mobility suits on Attack on Titan, where they've got the things and they shoot out the wires to have them fly all over the place. See, I could get... I'm trying to think of tattoos that I could get, and this one's just a cauldron tattoo. That may be pretty cool to get, but every cauldron's different. So maybe just the first cauldron you run into in the game. Yeah, so it's almost like... There's a slope that you can get that's... I think the angle is going to be too much. This is a very helpful slope piece, but that angle is way too much. But if it were the other way, it would still be too much, I think. Yeah, okay. So the easiest thing to do would be to kind of do this. Okay, well, you're not going to give me the thing real easy. There we go. This will also cover this little hole right here a little bit, and we can put brackets around it. And then if I put like a 1x8 maybe, or a 2x8. I don't know why I keep... This might be a little big, but we'll see. And then hinge till it bumps into that. That looks right. And I will put a slope. I think that may be too much. This would be the right size, but it would run into that bar. So let's put another one of these in here to cover that bar up. Come on, get in there. And then we'll just cover the sides with brackets, because it's going to have to start wedging out a little bit. So I'm very excited. I'm going to show you this real quick. Oh, what happened to my camera? No. Sorry, I'm trying to change scenes and the... There we go. That was weird. So, this is the alternate build for the bunny. I just realized this. This is the alternate build for the bunny. This is a great example of, this is a turntable and it's just very loose, right? It's super loose. Even this, these are just these things, and then it just sits, it just connects to the plate around like the underneath tube, and it's very loosey-goosey, right? But this is kind of why I wanted the bunny build. The feet are like atrociously underdone, so I might try to figure out how to get some better feet on there and mod it up a little bit. But otherwise, I really like it. I'm going to put it with all my birds. What it also means is there is a metric S-ton of leftover pieces that you get from that set. So this is just the pieces from that set that are left over from building that, right? So there's the carrot pieces, there's the flower pieces, there's all these extra tiles, but there's also a lot of these extra hinges from like the legs and stuff that are going to be great for me. But then there's also some really cool specialty pieces like these shells. I don't know when I'm going to use this, but I've got 4 of them, so that's cool. Don't have a whole lot of these in white, so that's cool. Don't have a whole lot of this in white, so that's cool. Got a couple of those. Got these pieces, which are fantastic. I had to pull these off of the shuttle back here to get to use any of them the first time. So I've got 4 of those. Those are fine. Got a nice 2x2 tile or 2x4 round tile. So a lot of cool stuff. The inverted tile in pink. I think that's about it. Gray brackets, some plant figures, these ski poles in green, inverted slopes in pink. So this was cool. Like, I got the set I wanted and a ton of pieces. So I really like how that turned out. I only brought it up because as I was moving my mouse around, I bumped into a bunch of pieces. So I need to sort all that. And back to this guy. So if you get a chance, get that that rabbit. It's a good secondary build. I didn't build the other one. I don't know what I forget what the other one was. The seal. He's very cute. You do a seal. The rabbit itself is fine. Like, it's a fine rabbit. I think they've done better, but that cockatoo is kind of where it's at. And the little seal comes with a little fish. That's pretty cute. Where did I put the brick heads? Oh, right there. Okay. It's what, a $20 set? How many pieces is that? Oh, 250. Is it a 25? Is it a $30 set? I think it's a $25 set, isn't it? Can this be black? That can be black, and this can be dark gray. All right, let's just do black. This can be dark gray, can it? I'm trying to not do everything in black, but also got to be careful that I don't do like too many things not in black because it'll look weird. So my hope, by the way, we have another AFOL Day announcement. It's the 24th of June. What I might be doing is not be getting a whole lot of stuff for May 4th and then waiting till June 24th to do the AFOL Day, and then just kind of hope that whatever is in the shop I can get Star Wars wise, because it's mostly Star Wars stuff. But also that space set, the space art thing, classic looking. It's classic art, but not classic space. All right, so we've got a camera thing up front. I think I want to do... This kind of has to be flat again, which is going to be a weird... I have an idea. This piece. Oh, it's the wrong angle. See, if I twisted it up to whatever angle that was, then it wouldn't have been straight enough. Okay. Trying to think of how to make that work. A little ball joint, maybe? Another little ball joint. So I could do 2x3 on plate. Come on, really? So this will just have to move down as far as it can. Curve slope. I think this might be a wedge, yeah. And we'll do that in black. Because I'm going to do a half pin, 1/2 pin. Oh, that's too big. Man, I had so many hopes for that. Aha. Round plate. Modified round plate. And then I can do 1x2 plate clip. This guy. See, I don't have a lot of these with like the clips. Which one's newer? I don't think that one's very useful, so we're gonna do that. Maybe not exactly what I'm looking for. Mark it. So I may cut out about 11:30 so I can give myself, that's entirely too gross, time to get ready for our meeting tonight, this afternoon. It's like a it's like a canister under here. Don't know if this is exactly the piece I'm gonna need, but that may be too low slung. Because you can just put a round plate on that, but I don't know if that's going to be... Just do this. And then a round tile. Because these guys, like most the machines, will... looks like its eye is... It's different from the thing underneath it. Most of the machines in the game will have like a default blue for their eye. And then once they detect that something's moving around them, it'll turn yellow. And then once they detect you and see you and are going to attack you, it turns red. But the corruptors, I think, are always red. And a bit of a spoiler for one of the DLCs, but sometimes they're purple. It's a different corruption. That sounded like, that sounded a lot like Lukash. Was it? Oh, I didn't see. Shoot. Oleg? I don't know how you got here, but I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. We're doing some Horizon Zero Dawn Lego machines. Appreciate you stopping by. Trying to figure out this little eye canister thing. It looks like it's like right off the... Maybe this is better. And we'll just do a bracket underneath it. Yeah, I was thinking the neck bracket. There is an old and a new. They're still, like at this size, it's still pretty big. I want to figure out how to make this rounder, though. There's no, like, round brick with a clip on it. I wish there was. And I'm trying to think of a way to get... Because by canister, it's only going to be a round brick size. It's going to be this size. This is the... And then there's a little light above this one. And that's it. So... I'd put it directly on a modified 2x2. I think a 2x2 would be too big. Excuse me. But I have an idea. This may be a little... That may be a little much. So what are you up to today, Oleg? that's too much. Okay, so you know what? At this size, I'm okay with it not being a canister. I'll just do... Hey, whoa. I will just do this guy, because I think this makes most sense. And then... oh, I had it. I had it. It's gone now, kids. You're looking for sawtooth builds? Really? Are you just saying that? Like this? There's a sawtooth like this? Where is he? Whoa. Sawtooth. So trying to keep in scale with the tall neck. So it has to be a certain size. It has to fit the size of... I forget, my build camera isn't on. It has to fit the size of the figure. So there's your strider. So it's, you know, it's a little bigger than a strider, right? But it's not as big as the bellowback. So it's a little smaller than a bellowback. You hit the right channel if you're looking for stuff. Yeah. Lurk mode, doing errands. You got it, Scott. Thanks for popping in. Hope all is well up in the lake country, the frozen lake country. All right, so save. Okay, we've got it saved. So this is going to be black. I know that piece is in black. I know this piece can come in gray. I think it comes in black. So the bellowback's cool because you can trade out all the trans pieces too for trans orange or trans light blue. So I made sure that all these trans colored pieces were available in... I'll get a better angle on it here. For trans light blue and trans orange, trans neon orange. Sadly, I couldn't get trans orange in all the parts, but... and then the canister on the back is brick built. It's just slopes. I couldn't really find a windscreen or canopies that match that color to make it cool looking, but good. I like having the bananas up there. That was fun. So yeah, this is the newest build completed. I'm waiting on parts for a Glinthawk. That's coming next. And if you haven't, have you seen Hachiroku's Thunderjaw? So this is Hachiroku's Thunderjaw. So also try to scale stuff to this too. Because this is about the whole point he was trying to make was it needed to be scaled to the tall neck that Lego put out. So this and the tall neck are not my designs. They're not my original designs, but I'm going to use them as part of the MOCs anyway. And I'll just put note cards on the display that's like, these two designs by, you know, this is Lego's and this one's this other guy's. Everybody else's is mine. And then these are the other two that I got. Got a lance horn, and then a shell walker. The shell walker, the legs are a little weak, so you have to put it on a stand, but it otherwise holds up pretty well. You can push it back a little bit on its legs so it leans up. So yeah, got all these guys going. Gonna try to get all of them brick Brick Rodeo 2024. So I've got save. I'll open this back up again. I've got most of them designed. There's a couple that you can reuse designs, like the Strider. You can turn into a Charger real quick by changing the horns. So there's your Strider. You just have to change the horns a little bit. The Lance horn you can change into a Grazer pretty easily. You just change the canisters a little bit, and then the horns. This is the Watcher that comes with the tall neck. You can, change it a little bit and make it a red eye Watcher. And there's a Scrapper. I got the Scrapper over here too. So then next will be the Glinthawk. Do I still have the Glinthawk up here? I don't. I have to put him in here too. So here's your Glinthawk. And again, depending on how much they've seen, you change out the eye from that trans blue to trans yellow or trans red or whatever. So I'm waiting for most of these parts. I've got a bucket of parts here waiting to do the Glinthawk when it comes in. And then I'll have him suspended in the air somehow to go back into the gallery, which is trying to emulate this thing, right? Just recreating all these guys. So I need to, after the Corruptor, we'll still have a Snap Maw, a Deathbringer, a Longleg, a Ravager, a Broadhead. Oh, what is that dude? The guy, the one who turns invisible, or Stalker, and then a Behemoth and a Trampler. Oh, and a Thunder, or it's not Thunderjaw. It's Stormbird. So I got 9 more to do after this. Would love to see Ben's design of a Guardian from Zelda Breath of the Wild. Okay. I will put that on my list. What is it? I haven't played Breath of the Wild. Of those that Ben just shared, the Crab-esque one might be my fave. Wish I knew their actual names. The Shell Walker. This little guy right here in the corner. The one with the big canister on it. This guy, he's a little bigger than I wanted, but it was hard to get all that minifig size, so I fudged it a little bit. But also the colors aren't kind of the same as everything else, but whatever. My face of the machines. Let's look up. I don't need to save that. What is it? A Guardian from Zelda? Guardian Breath of the Wild. Oh goodness. This thing? Wow. That's a lot of segmented legs, boyo. That head is pretty cool though. It's not a real good picture. Oh, there's a good picture. Yeah, this is really cool. Like, I can see using a lot of plant stuff for the main body, and then just get some pearl gold. Oh, you know what would be cool is you build the whole thing with like hot pink, and then on top of it you put the plants and the gold and stuff, so there's like, you can see some of it seeping through. The segmented legs I would probably do so it can stand. I would probably do these hinges, and then just cover the hinges with like little bits of like slopes, like some of those scalloped slopes, and then just repeat it. It won't have like a ton of range of motion, right? You only get like this amount, but if you multiply that, You know, because these things can't bend in half, obviously. You can just bend them a little bit, but... What's up, Johnny? How's it going? But yeah, that'd be fun. I'll add that to my list of things to do. It looks like a fun thing to do. Alright. So, we're back to this guy. Nope. It's going well. Thanks for asking. How are you? How's your Sunday? See, I want something like this, but with just one lens. That won't even fit there, will it? So we're back to brackets. Plate modified bracket. Let's just go with this for now. I can come back and play with this. It's good for now. All right, so let's start tackling this, the hard part here, which is these angles. So, oh, you know what? Goodness gracious. So this whole thing... Didn't even really notice this before. This whole thing is suspended. So we're not going to try to make that happen. But I'm going to leave this empty. And then we can angle this up a little more. Let's raise this a little bit, because that was a really good angle. What's up, Mayo? Spent all day outside yesterday doing yard stuff. It was supposed to rain today, and it's gorgeous. So more outside stuff after taxes, then Mario movie. That is a big day, my friend. I've got live streams cataloged as videos on my YouTube channel. Let's check. I've got one video that showed up that is a video, because I did, so past live streams, videos. This one, do you mean this one? This is a time lapse. That was it. This was all the live streams together for that one. Some of these are imports from, I'll have to reorganize this. Some of these are imports from Twitch. It just puts them in there. So these are VODs from Twitch that I brought over. So yeah, I should probably move those into live. I took your advice. Yes, I did. I went and pulled down all my live from Twitch and YouTube, and it was surprisingly easy. Like I used, so let me show you this software that I use. This is the software I use for that. Thanks for catching that, Mayo. I may go reorganize that. I'm going to show this to Johnny because he was asking. This is the software I use. It's called Hit Film Express. And it's not super intuitive, but it's free. I mean, it's basic timeline stuff, right? And it's got, you know, you can import all your media and then drop it into your timeline. And then you got different functions within your timeline. So what I was doing is just putting a video in here, and then you can do your speed, and you can set it to whatever speed you want. So if you only want it to be 10 seconds, it'll reduce it to 10 seconds. You can also do it by percentage if you just kind of whatever. What I usually end up doing is I would find a piece of music off YouTube that I can use, and then I would find out how long that is, and then I would cater the video to it, so it would match that. Oh yeah, the preview is kind of weird. If you look up here on the viewer, like it'll show you what's going on up the viewer up there. The viewer is a little weird because it's not the perfect quality. Like it's a little janky, a little jumpy, but that's where your viewer is. And then you can also do your trimmer, which is open in trimmer. You can like cut your video. So this is what else I was doing is I was putting the video bit up here and trimming out like the first 5 minutes where it's me like talking about crap and all you see is like a static thing in my hands moving around. So I got rid of all that. And then I was able to come in here and you can also crop it. So like I had like my face and like the instructions over here. I just cropped all that out. So all you see is the build section. So there was a lot of learning that I had to do for this, but I've done a bunch of time-lapse robot drawings on this before, and it's just kind of what I'm used to, but it does take a little bit of a learning curve. Cool. Yeah, give it a... And if you find something better, let me know. I'm just used to this. The last thing I was working with was Microsoft Movie Maker. And that tells you how long ago I've been doing that, so. Alright, so we're going to raise this all up a bit. I'm pretty confident of the size now, so I'm going to get rid of this guy. Because he's in the way. Plus it'll give us an accurate piece count. And then you need to be the center... Origin. For the first time in 17 years, my penguins aren't in this. I know. Oh, that's so sad for you. Sorry, Mayo. First time Sid, the kid's not going to be doing anything fun in the playoffs. The Avs are in. The Avs won the Central Division. So, Hockey Guy has them at third in his power rankings. And they've won like... Out of their last 10, they're like 8-0-2, 8-0-2, 8-1-1, I forget. So they're hitting right now. I think Da Vinci is also part of the hit film group. I think it's the same company. I'm not sure. I know I ran into Da Vinci before. But thanks for that, Oleg. All right, so what am I doing? I'm here. I'm raising this all up. That may be too high. Let's do a little less. Let's maybe do one plate. That's probably good. And like that. Is that too low in between its legs right there? No, that's good. That's still good. We'll raise this guy up a little bit. Hopefully that's not clipped anywhere. We got to be careful about this thing because this isn't the. This is going to be clipped a little right there. You can see that right there. So this isn't super mobile, so I don't want to make it any higher than that. It's going to be pointing down a little bit, but that's fine. Okay, so. He's also, like, how long has he been playing? Like, 15 years? He's been playing for a while, so... it's okay. I think it's okay for them to kind of move on a little bit. I'm going to put a bracket on the back here because I think I may end up needing it for something. And then we'll lower the rest of this. So that'll probably... will that be enough? Will that conflict right there? All right, so this is just gonna, I know that's gonna bump into it, so we'll just have to remember that when I'm building it. Yeah, I'm just putting a bracket there because I figured something on the back here is gonna need like a slope or something. In fact, we can put 2 of these on here right now just to kind of hold the spot. Like this. And that can be... That doesn't come in... Oh, trans orange. It needs to be trans orange. There's a difference. This will give me an excuse to buy some tan versions of that. Although it doesn't matter when you're looking at it. Alright. So I'm going to do... these brackets with the rounded corners and in black. What happened? Where did you go weird? Okay, and can't really get a better look at that. These are like in nice little panels and stuff, but I'm gonna do... I want to keep one of these open because I think I want to do something that looks like a piston. I may end up just doing... like... Just stick this on there because it looks like a little piston. Doesn't even really need to connect. But it looks like these are like joining underneath, and it's more like... Yeah, I could even see these like farther up. So now that I see how that's really built, I don't want to do this. This is how an actual neck is built. Like a human neck. It's got these big muscles right here that move it, right? This is your like flexing up and down muscles, right? And it's got these going attached to your spine, going back to your shoulders, and that's your stabilizing and like lateral movement. And then right here, you can see that's the spine, so that's what it's holding on to. And it's got these pistons that are going to be moving it back and forth. It only has to rotate a little bit, and it can rotate at the base. And then it's got those pistons that can go up and down. But I'm not going to be mechanically inclined to be able to do that well, so... we're just going to make it look as good as we can and then go from there. So like these guys could even be a little more forward. Now let's put them back. And then we'll just rotate them a bit this way. And then maybe I'll figure out how to do something under here that connects to the two of them. Kind of like I did the bellow back bag thing, had kind of like these stabilizing tubes on it and whatever. So these are just going to be panels along here. So let's do... see, we got room for 2, so let's do an ingot. There. Now let's do black. What color do these come in? Let's do those in gray. Not tan. So do an ingot on this side. And then we'll do a rounded tile. Let's make it point the other way so it looks funky. So I want this thing to be slightly disconcerting, like the angles are all weird, and because this thing is kind of a thing to deal with when you're in the game. It's a little vicious. Now, this isn't going to be, like, it broadens from the front to the back, but not really good at that per se. Like, this could be 1 brick length right here. I don't know, maybe I might try that. Yeah, this sounds like Lukash a little bit. I don't know. I think I'll just end up widening it in the back here a little more. So like another bracket in the back here. But this is going to hold on to like some... Because I'm still going to build this up a little bit with like some more slopes. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. Maybe... let's do a plate. This little bit is just going to be thicker than everything else. I don't... just gonna have to deal with it, I think. Let's do a 4 across here to give us some support, because we're gonna have these big cannons and stuff on the sides. And let's make that dark gray. Oh, and you know what? It's 11:30. I gotta cut it. I gotta stop. I gotta get ready for a meeting. I gotta pull out a bunch of loot to take to a lug meeting today, so this is it for me. But yeah, I think it's a good start. It's a good size. See if we have that image of like how big it is. I think that works pretty well. The eye is on level with the top of the head. The legs are a little taller than the person. I think it's working well. Yeah, so I will try to be on Twitch Tuesday. I don't think I've got anything this week that's going to keep me from being able to do anything on Thursday. I'm checking my schedule now just to make sure. Yeah, the only thing that's happening is there's a game, there's a hockey game. The Avs and the Kraken start playing Tuesday, and then Thursday's another game, so I'll just be watching in the meantime. Oh, I about had a heart attack. It said, you can't read that because it's backwards, but it says our lug support form deadline, and I was like, did I do that? Yes. I did that. You'll be out of state. You won't be here. Okay, cool. Enjoy your trip wherever you're going. Be safe. Have fun. Remember to save. Yeah, so I will see you in a little bit. And I will see everybody else either Tuesday on Twitch or at the very least Thursday back here. And I don't know what we'll do. I've got more brick heads to build, space stuff to build. There's stuff to build. We can keep working on this. I might finish this over on Twitch on Tuesday. Let's plan on that. And then Thursday, maybe I'll build something. So keep an eye on Instagram. Because I've been trying to do announcements for streams on the stories on Instagram, so it's not like just taking up my feed with thumbnails of stuff. And if you like Oleg, I know you're new, I haven't seen you around, so I've got links to Rebrickable where all my stuff is, and I'm trying to get instructions up for the Shell Walker and the Sawtooth, so keep an eye on that. Make sure to like the video. If you haven't already, if you haven't subscribed, do that too. I appreciate that. Otherwise, I will see you all later and have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.